Genesis chapter 11, the Tower of Babel. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise we will be scattered all over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower of the people were building. The Lord said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there all over the earth, and they stopped building the city. That's why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them all over the face of the whole earth. From Shem to Abram. This is the account of Shem's family line. 2 years after the flood, when Shem was 100 years old, he became the father of Oxodad. And after he became the father of Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years, and they had other sons and daughters. When Arphaxad had lived 35 years, he became the father of Shelah. And after he became the father of Shelah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he became the father of Eber. And after he became the father of Eber, Shelah lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he became the father of Peleg. And after he became the father of Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he became the father of Reu. And after he became the father of Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and had other sons and daughters. When Reu had lived 32 years, he became the father of Sherug. And after he became the father of Sherug, Reu lived 207 years and had other sons and daughters. When Sherug had lived 30 years, he became the father of Nahor. And after he became the father of Nahor, Sherug lived 200 years and had other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 39 years, he became the father of Terah. And after he became the father of Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and had other sons and daughters. After Terah had lived 70 years, he became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Abram's family. This is the account of Terah's family line. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran became the father of Lot. While his father Terah was still alive, Haran died in Ur of the Chaldeans in the land of the birth. Abram and Nahor both married. The name of Abram's wife was Sarah, and the name of Nahor's wife was Micah, and she was the daughter of Haran, and the father of both Micah and Icah. And now Sarah was childless because she was not able to conceive. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, the wife of his son Abram, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. But when they arrived in Haran, they settled there. Terah lived 205 years, and he died in Haran. In Genesis 11, what happens after the flood? The world had one language. People settle in the land of Shinar, Babylonia, and say, "Let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves." God sees what they're doing, not just building, but exalting themselves above Him. So God confuses them, their language, and scatters them across the earth. Key message. This is not about architect. It's about pride, control, and independence from God. The people wanted fame, not faith. They said, "Let us make a name for ourselves," not "let us glorify God." God's response. He intervenes, not out of fear, but to protect humanity from self-destruction. Confusing their language wasn't punishment, it was redirection. He scattered them, pushing forward his plan to fill the earth. We still build towers, platforms, pride, positions today, but anything built to glorify self over God won't last. Unity isn't wrong, but unity against God is. So, after scattering, God narrows the focus. We go from many nations to one family, Sham's. This sets the stage for God's covenant with Abram in chapter 12. The key takeaways of Genesis 11 is pride leads to confusion. God's plan wins even when man resists it. God isn't against unity, he's against self-glorification. The shift from nations to one man, Abram, shows God's plan to bless the world through faith, not fame. God works through generations. What seems like a genealogy is really God preparing the path to Jesus.